Be the creator, not the consumer. This is Angus. When you are involved in the international import and export business, you will come across a lot of terms. Among all of those terms, Incoterms are essential for both the importers and exporters. So what is Incoterm? The Incoterms or international commercial terms are a series of predefined commercial terms published by the International Chamber of Commerce relating to international commercial law. And the Incoterms are intended primarily to communicate the tasks, costs, and risks associated with the international transportation and the delivery of goods. There are a lot of Incoterms, but here today we will only discuss 5 of them that are frequently used. Let's get started. The first one, EXW. EXW, also known as Ex-Works, named the place of factory or warehouse for delivery. The supplier makes the goods available at their places. Under EXW term, the seller is at the lowest risk, but the buyer is at the highest risk as the buyer takes care of the full responsibility from loading the products at the place of delivery. And every supplier is able to quote EXW price. Working under EXW term, it's more like that you deal with the suppliers domestically in China. The suppliers are free of any responsibility once they hand over the products to you, and they don't take care of the loading, the export customs clearance, and the local transport, and so on. It's important for you to know the place of delivery as it will influence the local transportation cost. For the exact same item, the EXW price could be different due to different places of delivery. If you want to work under EXW term, you'd better ask yourself if you are able to hand the export from China and arrange the shipment from the supplier's warehouse to yours. The second one, FOB. It refers to free on board. FOB term is frequently used in import and export. For the reason of getting tax rebate, factories would always love to work under FOB term. And for the buyers, they may prefer using their freight forwarders taking care of the shipment from the port of loading to the port of destination. Under FOB term, the seller has to make sure to do the loading, the export customs declaration, the local transportation until the products loaded to the vessel or airplane. When you ask an FOB price, make sure to know the FOB port of shipment. Sometimes the buyers would only care about the product price, but that will not always make your total price cheap. For example, for one same item, the FOB Shanghai is cheaper than the FOB Shenzhen price. But it turns out that the shipping cost from Shanghai port to your destination port could be much higher than the cost from Shenzhen port. So make sure that you take the shipping cost into consideration as well. The third one, CFR, also known as CNF or CNF, which is cost and freight. Under CFR, the shipper is responsible for almost all the costs except the insurance for the shipment to the port of destination. But the risk transfers to the buyer when the goods have been loaded on board the vessel in the country of export. But if the buyer requires the seller to get the insurance, then CIF is better applied in this case. The fourth one, CNF, which is cost, insurance, and freight. As you can see that insurance is the only difference between CNF and CNF. This type of insurance typically includes the coverage during the transport and is purchased from a carrier or a third-party insurance provider. According to the general international trade practice, the seller should add 10% of the insured amount to the CIF price. Calculating the cost of insurance requires knowing at least the cost, which is the value of the goods, and the insurance rate, and the freight, which is the shipping cost. Here is the calculation. The CIF price equals to the cost plus the cost multiplied the insurance rate plus the freight cost. And the fellow insurance equals to the CIF price multiply 110% and multiply the insurance rate. And to give you a sense of potential pricing, let's look at an example. Let's assume that the commercial value of the goods is 5,000 US dollars and the freight cost is 1,200 US dollars and the insurance rate is 0.6%. So here's the calculation. Now you understand it better. The insurance price is based on the CIF price, which is the total insured amount, instead of the commercial value of goods only. In practice, the shipper will not give you such calculation in detail. The main reason is that no one wants to spend time to explain, and the insurance cost is only of a small amount. Since you have learned how to calculate it, it's very easy for you to make sure that you're charged reasonably. And that's all about CIF term. The last one, DDP, which is delivered duty paid. DDP term can be used in any mode of transportation. Under DDP term, the sender is responsible for sending the products to the final destination indicated by the buyer, and the sender needs to pay all the costs including import duties and taxes. And the buyer only needs to unload the shipment. DDP term is highly recommended for the import beginners because this term makes the whole process so much easier. For the beginners, they don't need to look into every detail and work with many parties. But for the buyer, you need to know that the sender may ask for a full amount of payment before the shipping, and you'd better to make sure that the sender is capable of delivering the goods to your door. That's all about the 5 frequently used Incoterms. I believe that a basic understanding of them can give you much more confidence in working and negotiating with the suppliers. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.